Alright, Sunday, second week of working nights, and things are getting interesting. Day shift, night shift dynamics coming in when we're really not a lot of snow already down to justify it, but at the same time we're expecting more snow. Oh well. And second to finish off this. So we're doing 3 VP's parking lot. Really not much left in the rest of the base to do, so we'll probably get on the cutting edges. And what makes it kind of fun is we're supposed to get over the next 48 hours 7 to 10 centimeters of snow, which should keep the rest of this week busy. And ultimately, hey, if you want me in, great, tell me when. Would have been better if we were still working midnight to 7:30 though. We would have been able to get most of the base, whatever got dumped on tonight, sorted out first thing in the morning. But people thought it would be a good idea to work evenings. Okay. Alright, felt like talking. So, I believe I've already gone over my physical with somebody who actually knows a thing or two about knee issues. I got better clarification from my new medical provider than I did from my own doctor. Who? Well, he's no longer my doctor for a reason. Anyways, so yeah, I had torn meniscus and IT bands. Nodules were found, and that is an indication of damage. Plus, she could also tell there was some fluid leakage. But, according to my Raman test right now, my left knee is actually doing about as good, if not a bit better in some aspects, than my right knee. Yay me. Doesn't matter. Like, in the end, most of your damage, as long as you can keep it out of the joints, you can sort it. But it'll take effort, it'll take fracking around to figure it out. And you gotta stay with it. Because if you wind up making a tear worse, it's a lot harder. And all things being equal, I'd rather not need surgery. I think I avoided that, and still adjusting to how my lower body works and feels. I'm still getting increase in foot flexion, and I got to put effort in finding out what impingements I have left. Still some there. I absolutely am working on them. But I'm also enjoying how I feel now. So yeah, winter dynamic, off leash, lifting the knees up and the legs, making sure they're planted firmly, uneven ground, all that typical jazz absolutely is helping. And I don't really care about what my time and space is. Follow me on Strava. My typical walks now are closer to 6 versus my summertime 7. And yet, by the time I'm done my walk, close to 5K, I still wind up generally getting 90 to 100 and some odd zone units because I'm right at the edge of 60% of the type of ground I'm going at. And I'm noticing there's a swagger coming back, a natural gait I haven't really had in a while. Indoors, still getting improvements on how much I can hinge pivot and get my hands to the ground. Skin is still adjusting. Figure by my birthday I'll do another reveal. In the meantime, putting in the work. Right at my weight limit. Got warm enough during the day to do a bit of a melt, so part of what I'm picking up is water weight. And of course it's ice underneath, so I've got to watch the tires, make sure I'm not skipping too much. Raise the bucket a little bit so I can make the corner. That should take about another 40 or 50 minutes. I don't think we're doing inside the compound, but ultimately, I call. Daughter's birthday's coming up soon. She's got plans with friends. And oh yeah, there's a lot to be said about being able to spin yourself around while you're moving a vehicle this size, knowing where your bucket dimension is, so you don't hit it in the wrong way. And yeah, I better clean up the left side and then take the last one. Time to work in the middle one. By then, Gary should have been on the last one around. And getting near the end of the season soon anyways. A couple of our civvies are putting in for leave after Monday, so I'll keep myself available, but I've got to start keeping track of how many hours of accumulated leave I have left and then start it. One of these days I may just say, yeah, you can pay me out, but I don't enjoy the system right now, and I've got no qualms keeping the year's worth of vacation hours. Getting two though? I'll figure it out. Probably wind up burning more this summer, but you don't really need vacation time, especially in the winter. Even with all the shenanigans that's gone on this season. Said often enough, usually boils down to who the shift supervisor is and what they want. They got their supervisors, and it sure as heck is better paying attention to what's getting people upset over social media now. Fun times, isn't it? Now I got to see how much gas is going to be affected with the Iran stuff going on. It won't take too much to push the global economy into recession and have brought up enough times depression level effects. Somebody I know just shared something that was a reminder. We've had this current economy for the last about 18 years. Recessions, top of my head, usually happen once in a decade. Believe it or not, it's a pressure release valve. It tends to bring the economy back to its senses. Yeah, that's going to be messy. Oh well. I still don't think it's going to turn out the way many of the mudrakers figure. But time will tell. Alright, how do I want to do this? Big one. Long one. I'll come back and clean up the spillage. Bit of ice. Getting winter tires for this thing would be a good idea. Oh well, maybe for next year. Where are we at? 15 minutes? Alright. Yeah, we'll call this one. Have a good day.